It's good to be back here once again. Today's review will be the 2018 to 2020 Nickelodeon series, and this one is Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Finally, a reboot that is better than Alvin and the Chipmunks for 2015, the Powerpuff Girls for 2016, and Teen Titans Go! Sometimes a reboot can be good, and sometimes reboot can be bad. The show is based on the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles characters created by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was originally aired on Nickelodeon, Nicktoons, Nick Jr., and currently streaming on Hulu. It's beta on Disney+, Netflix, and Paramount+. Deep in the sewers of New York City, four mutant turtle brothers lurk. Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, and Michelangelo are in their early teen years, and the brothers go on new and exciting adventures. They tap into their mystic ninja powers to learn to work together as a cohesive unit and become a team of heroes as they navigate the modern world and other hidden realms. The brothers get a whole new look, new weapons, and new powers as they discover the hidden city beneath New York and find time for a slice of their favorite pizza. In the first season, the Turtle Brothers, along with their friend April O'Neil, meet an evil alchemist named Baron Draxum, and the dangerous Foot Clan. They also learn of their master Splinter's secret, that he was once martial arts expert, and movie star, Lujitsu. They must collect pieces of an ancient dark armor to prevent the Foot Clan and Draxum from resurrecting the Shredder, a demon once banished by Splinter's ancestors, and destroying New York. In the second season, the brothers face new and old enemies, most notably the evil Shredder, and must stop him from destroying the world. In the process, they must also help Baron Draxum discover his own better nature. The writing for this series, while more simple and definitely wackier and crazier than the other shows, is still pretty good as it brings some fresh new changes to the formula that are pretty well executed, such as the Turtles being different species as mentioned before, giving Splinter a different but still interesting backstory, having the Turtles be given special powers, the Turtles going to other realms in their adventures, and so forth. And it does still have a lot of what makes Ninja Turtles so much fun, like some awesome and fast-paced action, some pretty funny comedy. And it does have its own unique charm as well as some genuine heart. But the writing does have some issues, like the second and final season feeling pretty rushed because of that season being cut in half by Nick. There are some weak jokes, it does take a bit for things to get going, and the many differences and changes in this series compared to the others may throw some longtime fans off. The action scenes of this show are pretty awesome as they can be very fun, intense, and fast-paced, such as the Turtles and their allies facing off against their villains and their respective goons, them getting into tie jams and eventually getting out of them, as well as escaping certain death scenarios, the chase scenes, and the heroes rescuing people from danger. The humor of this series is mostly pretty solid, as while there are some jokes in this that don't really work, a good chunk of the show's comedy does hit its mark and result in some pretty funny moments that do get a good laugh or a decent chuckle. The animation of this show is very impressive as it's very fluid and fast-paced and has a pretty stylistic look to it that does look pretty good. And there are other aspects of the animation that are really good, like the backgrounds and settings all having some pretty cool designs that are accompanied by some very fluid and lively movements. The backgrounds and settings are all very well drawn, colored, and are given a neat amount of detail, and there are some pretty nicely crafted special effects. The characters of this show are pretty decent and likable, as while they do take a while to become interesting and fleshed out, since they did start off kinda too similar to each other, and there are some more forgettable ones, but for the most part they do have some good chemistry and dynamics, wit and humor, charm and charisma, and some growth and development, such as the four Turtles with Raphael, Leonardo, Donatello, and Michelangelo. The supporting and side characters like Splinter, April, Mayhem, Karai, Stuart, and Trash Wizard, and the show does also have some pretty good villains that can be menacing and threatening, but can also be pretty funny, like Baron Draxum, Shredder, the Foot Lieutenant and Brute, Cassandra, Big Mama, the Krang, Baxter Stockman or Stockboy in this case, Repo Mantis, Hypnopotamus, Meat Sweats, Albardo, Warren Stone, the Sando Brothers, and so forth. The voice acting is pretty solid as the voice actors all deliver some pretty good performances, such as Omar Benson Miller as Raphael, Ben Schwartz as Leonardo, Josh Breener as Donatello, Brandon Michael Smith as Michelangelo, Eric Bauza as Splinter and Trash Wizard, Kat Graham as April, John Cena and Roger Craig Smith as Draxum, Zelda Williams as Cassandra, Gwendolyn Yo as Karai, Hoon Sai as Shredder, Rob Paulson and Maurice LaMarche, A Pinky and the Brain Reunion, as the Foot Lieutenant and Brute, Lena Headey as Big Mama, and more. The music is pretty solid as the score does sound very nice and well composed, and it does a great job at capturing the show's action-packed, wild, intense, comedic, and wacky tone. And speaking about its movie, this show has its own movie from Netflix and Nickelodeon movies, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie in 2022. And fun fact, that this movie premiered on the same day that the Loud House movie premiered and released on Netflix, which was 3 years ago. And what is my verdict on this show? I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, a reboot that is better than Alvin and the Chipmunks for 2015, the Powerpuff Girls for 2016, and Teen Titans Go. Sometimes a reboot can be good, and sometimes reboot can be bad.